Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Cyrus Webb Presents. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again. For those tuning in on the simulcast on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and on X, we're glad you all could be with us today. Going to bring in our friends over on IG so they can be part of our conversation. And last but certainly not least, going to connect with our friends over on Amazon Live. I'm so excited as I'm celebrating my last guest of 2025 to be my good friend, Dan Burns. He's someone I've gotten to know not only as an author, but also this year, a lot of people have gotten to know him as a writer and producer as well. We're going to talk about that. We're now live on the Amazon Live platform with Cyrus Webb Presents. If you guys are new to us on Amazon, welcome. Make sure you guys do hit that follow button, either here in this corner or down below. I will have some other shows for you guys before we wrap up this year, but this is my last interview. So you guys will see me again on the Amazon side, but that's a different story. So we'll talk later on Amazon. But you will find the books by my next guest. We're excited to welcome Dan Burns to our broadcast here. Dan is the author of several titles. I have some of them here, and it really does show his range. Whether we're talking about his novel, I have his novel here, A Fine Line. I'm going to show it for you guys here and highlight it for you guys on the Amazon side there. And then we have his book of short stories and novella. It's called Grace. Can highlight it on the Kindle side for you guys over on Amazon. And then he has his book of poetry you guys can see here that I have standing up here, A Necessary Explosion. But Dan also is getting a lot of attention for another book, and that is No Turning Back, a book of stories that includes one that's now become a short film. And that is Come Out Wherever You Are. We're going to talk to Dan not only about the success of that film, how it all started, but also what it's been like for him to see the response to it. Dan, thank you so much for the time. Really appreciate it.
Oh, great to be here. Thanks so much for the invitation.
Oh, the pleasure's definitely on my Dan. My high school art teacher is watching us on IG. Hello, Miss Phelps. How you doing? Good to be able to see you over
Hi.
there on IG. And Real Lady Extreme is joining us from Ohio. Hello to you as well. Appreciate you guys being with us. So, Dan, I tell people, I was excited to have you on. I didn't know when I invited you that you would be my last guest of the year, but you've had quite the 2025. So I want to kind of begin there. What has it been like for you to kind of reflect on this year, Dan, and all that's happened around the film and even around your own journey?
Boy, it's been incredible. We had some expectations for the film coming into the new year, and we had some good traction at the end of last year.
Mhm.
And the film is called "Come Out Wherever You Are," based upon one of my short stories, and we were so pleased with the end product, and we hoped at the end of 2024 to maybe have be invited to 5 festivals, and if we were lucky, win one. And at the end of last year, we had doubled that with 10 selections and 2 wins. And so we set the expectation maybe a little bit higher for the year. And wouldn't it be great to have a total of 20 festivals? Well, the year just snowballed, one month after the other, getting bigger and bigger. And as of now, we've participated in 78 film festivals, which is
Wow.
crazy. And I've had the opportunity to go to half of them. So, like you, I've been traveling quite a bit, and the greatest thing is, getting the film out there and having people watch it, but then meeting people and talking about it, and meeting all these fantastic filmmakers. Uh, just a I'm still reeling, I guess, is the best way to put it. I tried to kind of summarize in a Facebook and Instagram post this morning,
Mhm.
kind of what happened in the year, but I'm not sure I really fully grasp it yet. Suffice to say, it was incredible,
Yeah.
and I'm so happy for our team, for
Mhm.
our cast and crew, that they're getting the recognition that they deserve, because
Yeah.
they all put everything into this film to make it great.
And Dan, I've been so happy for you again as someone who has enjoyed your work. I've interviewed you now over the years. And then, of course, as I mentioned, to call you a friend as well. It's been great watching you with the success of the books. And now, of course, with this film, I mentioned for our audience joining us on Amazon, if you guys look over, you'll see I have highlighted for you guys No Turning Back, the book of stories that includes Come Out Wherever You Are. So, Dan, when you wrote that story, did it feel like something special for you at the time?
It really did. I had been traveling with my family to Montana for quite some time. uh, I really took to it. You know, uh, It's such a beautiful state, wide open spaces, easy to get lost. And, compared to Chicago, it was a beautiful reprieve, to kind of get away and uh, relax and lose my mind into something else. And it had such an impact on me, the state of Montana, that, as I was writing, short stories, it naturally just popped up. And so I set this story, Come Out Wherever You Are in Montana, and it includes all the places I visited on my first visit there. So that, just tells you how much of an impact those places had on me. And so, when I wrote this story, I loved it. I I put it as the first story in the collection because I wanted to lead the collection with that. I really think it's a good story in that it represents our time, our challenges, what we're going through as we grapple with technology. And this was originally published over 10 years ago, and I thought it was relevant then, and it's even more relevant today, which is why I think the film is doing so well. I mean,
Mhm.
people are watching it, and and then they're thinking about their lives and their use of technology, and the good and the bad of what it can bring to their lives. So
Yeah.
it's yeah, I think I so to answer your question, I think I knew it was special, and it just never left my mind. I mean,
Yeah.
I tell people when I wrote it, I could see it playing out in my head as I was writing it, and I like to think I'm a very visual writer, that I write what I see, in my mind, and it made it very natural then to take it to the big screen. And
Yeah.
the film is essentially the story as written. There were a few, modifications to make it more cinematically appropriate,
Mhm.
but it's beautiful to see that flash of an idea not only become a short story, but then become a short film.
Yeah. Let's pull on that thread a little bit more, Dan, because I think for our audience out there, especially those joining us on social, where I have a lot of them who are either authors, aspiring authors, or storytellers, or those who want to be in the industry, right, in some form or fashion, this will be very curious for them. So, I have interviewed a ton of authors over the years, thousands of them at this point. And
Yeah,
one thing that they all seem to have in common, I've heard it a lot this year even, is that writing is such a solitary, career in itself and journey in itself. So different than what you have when it comes to productions and crews and all these people. So, what was that like for you to go from having the success you've had, just you as
right.
a storyteller with your books, to now working with this team, as you mentioned, and seeing them kind of take this idea and not only bring it to life but make it their own?
Boy, to say it was an incredible experience, probably an understatement. Writing is a very solitary act, and when as writers, when we're fortunate to be able to publish it and put it out there in the world, then it's left up to the reader to kind of interpret that story in their own mind, and taking it to making a film. You know, it was a team effort. It was definitely based upon trust and respect, but we had over 30 people that committed to bringing this film to life, which is crazy, right? um, Everything that they could bring to the table professionally, creatively, stylistically, to maintain the integrity of the story, and specifically the dialogue, and capture the beauty and essence of the character of Montana, and bring it all together in this beautiful film. Um, it's hard to believe that that's possible, but being on the film set back at the end of 2023, I tell people it's likely, it is one of the greatest experiences of my life, and I also tell people that I think everyone should have the opportunity to be on a film set, to see the egoless, beautiful environment where again, everybody leaves their ego at the door. They come in and they bring their talents and skills to create one beautiful thing together. And I've never seen anything like it in all my past careers and past lives, in corporate America, and just a tremendous experience. And to think people are willing to, invest in a story to bring it cinematically to life.
Yeah.
Um, I'm so grateful. It was a beautiful experience.
Love that. Choctaw Motorcycles, hello to you over there on IG. Relate Extreme says, wow, 30 people to bring the film to life is so awesome to hear. That takes an amazing writer. Congratulations, Dan. Thank you for that. Relate Extreme. And yeah, he is a really terrific writer. Dan, if you don't mind, I'm going to show them the trailer for the film, Come Out
Sure.
Wherever You Are, and then we can talk a little bit more about it, okay?
Great.
All right. For those who are just tuning in, welcome. You're watching Cyrus Webb Presents. This is our last official show here on Amazon as far as our interview series is concerned for 2025. I'm excited to have Dan Burns with us today. Dan is a best-selling author. He's written novels, he's written short stories, he's written poetry. But we're talking to him not only about his 2025, but also about the film that's literally had him traveling the world. It's called Come Out Wherever You Are. If you guys are just now hearing about the film, we're going to go ahead and let you guys see the trailer for the film, and then we're going to talk more to Dan about it after that.
It seems I've been running for most of my life. When my political career ended, I ran away to Montana, leave my past behind. After 6 years, my past came back to haunt me.
You, see the paper this morning?
I wished only to be left alone, to live the rest of my life in solitude. I should be careful what I wish for.
So then I had a chance to watch the film myself at the film festival in Louisville, Kentucky. You were actually there in attendance as well at that film festival as you've been at others
That was so great.
since then. What has that been like for you? Well, I have to ask you this question first because I just thought about when I watched the trailer again. What is it like for you? Has it sunk in when you see written and produced by Dan Burns on the screen? Has that kind of sunk in with you?
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. But I watched that. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. But the name that followed equally is cool. I mentioned that we had 30 people that more than 30 people that worked on this, but my creative partner and director, Caitlin Pressberg, it could not have happened without her, without her vision, her guidance, and without the creative vision of our cinematographer, Ryan Vo. I mean, it was really a team effort. And so I watch that and I see what they did. It's not my name there. I see what they did to make that film come to life, and it's beautiful.
Yeah. So going back to the circuit, and I see someone over on Amazon says got their copy of No Turning Back, and you guys, as you will see, as Dan mentioned, it is the first story in the book. And again, like I mentioned, you can't go wrong with any of the books that I have there in the carousel. I've read them all, and you'll enjoy them for sure. So definitely make sure you guys let Dan know what you think as well. But as you've been traveling not only the country but the world, I've always said that music is one of those universal languages. Are you finding that also though with this film, Dan, that there's something about storytelling in this form that connects people of different backgrounds in a way that very few things can?
Yeah, I certainly think that's the case, and I've seen it firsthand. It's film is a universal medium for sharing stories, and even if even if our film is, in a foreign country where we have to translate and include subtitles, it's equally effective, and we get the same response. So it's great to meet the audience members at the screenings all over the world. What's even more exciting is meeting all the filmmakers. I've met over, I don't know, 450, I think, filmmakers in my travels, and universally, I mean, we are all the same. We all went through the same challenges. We all had the same dreams, and we all had the same end result in that we brought a film to life. And being able to share experience and stories with my filmmaker friends has been incredible. So it's the filmmakers, it's the audience members, it's everybody. And yeah, film is a universal medium for telling stories.
So for myself, Dan, I have, as I mentioned, was there in last year. So time passes by so quickly.
Right.
Watching it there in Louisville, Kentucky, and being able to see the response of other people as you're in the room. What is it like for you to see the response yourself from the audience as they're experiencing it for the first time?
It's really cool, and I never get tired of it. I've seen that film hundreds of times,
I can
and
imagine.
each time is a different and unique experience because the environment is different, the audience is different, and there's a lot of variables that go into presenting that film in a screening, and when they all go right, and they usually do, it makes for a great experience for everybody. And I can watch people's reactions as the film is playing, and then in most cases, we get to talk afterwards in a Q&A and get into detail about what the audience thinks and what's of interest to them, and what they may have questions about. But yeah, I love it.
So as we're wrapping up 2025, I mean, you have continued, of course, to be able to not only promote the film, but also, of course, to share it with new audiences. What are you looking forward to, Dan, as we're getting ready to enter a new year?
Well, I think I'm learning from you that we have to keep pushing ourselves and try different things. And a primary objective for the new year is to wrap up the film festival tour in the spring, which will bring to a close a huge chapter in our lives, but then allows us the ability to move on to the next thing. My director, Caitlin Pressburg, has written an original feature film, which I've had the opportunity to read the script many times. A great psychological thriller. We'll be shooting a film trailer in January, which is very exciting. It's not going to be like your typical film trailer. It's going to be 4 scenes from the feature stitched together as a short film that we can use to then pitch the film to production companies to garner support for producing the feature. So that's pretty exciting. And a lot of people over the last year and a half, when they watch the film come out, wherever you are, they want to know what's next. And the readers of the book originally always said that too. So what's next is a follow-on continuation of where we left off in that story, both in the written form and in the short film. So we hope to have the opportunity to shoot a feature film version of Come Out Wherever You Are, and we'll also be seeing that in print in book form. It probably won't be until 27.
Okay.
And then, all the other things. I have poems to write, more short stories to write. I'm halfway through another novel. The bar is set high for next year, and I can't wait to get going.
Love that. Nicole on Facebook says, great interview. Thank you, Nicole. This gives so much hope to writers. I totally agree. It definitely does. So Dan, I think one of the things I've taken away from your journey and watching you, because everyone's different, and I'm smart enough. I give myself enough credit to know I can't expect people to be as passionate about things as I am, because other people have lives. So, I do understand that. But to see you be so into the full journey of this, and not just to have said, well, you know what, I wrote it, produced it, let everyone else do everything else. To me, I think says so much about the success of this, because you have been so involved. I think it's almost like publishing, right? In a way, right? Even
Sure.
if you have a publisher, the author still has a role to play in the success of the project. Have you been able to give yourself credit for that you have, because you have been so engaged, and just like in this conversation, been so welcoming of introducing your audience, which are mostly readers, not only to this film but also to those who helped bring it to life.
Well, it's not for me to take credit for it. It's really been a team effort. Uh, we could not have realized the success we have if we didn't make a great film. And
Mm,
so it starts there. And with that great film, we knew that, we had to give it its due. And so we set, some clear objectives. And one was to have as many people see it as possible,
mhm,
and get feedback on the film, and hopefully, meet some filmmakers that we could work with in the future, and maybe that we could work on a project together, whether it's one of ours or one of theirs, and most importantly, to give the people involved in the film the credit they deserve. And so it's not only me, working the film festival circuit. My director has been involved very closely. Many of our cast and crew have attended film festivals with me, and it's been just a great team effort to get it out there to the world.
yeah.
After spending 2 years on making the film, it only made sense to maybe spend another year and a half to make sure it got its due. And
Yeah.
like I would do, and like what other authors would do in publishing a new book,
Mhm.
take it on tour, get it out there, get people to read it.
Yeah.
We just wanted people to watch this film and hopefully enjoy it. And I think that's been the case.
Yeah, I totally agree. As someone who's seen it myself, I totally can agree with that. Dan, I'm so excited for you. I'm so happy for you. I'm so glad we got a chance to have you on again. Everyone, Dan Burns has been our guest. He's a best-selling author, writer, producer. He has titles here on Amazon. You all can see a fine line there on the Amazon side. I'm going to highlight for you guys in the carousel. Also, you'll see A Necessary Explosion, collection of poems. I have mine that's here. Then we have Grace, Stories and Novella. You have the Kindle edition there you guys can get. But also the book of short stories, No Turning Back. And that kind of led into this conversation today with his film, Come Out Wherever You Are. So then let our audience know, how can they stay connected with the updates on the film and find out how they can be able to see it in the future?
Before I do that, congratulations to you on all of your success this year. I mean, you've had so many significant accomplishments, and I think I can speak on behalf of all of your fans. What a great year! Congratulations, and thanks
Thank you.
for your support of all of us. It really makes a difference.
Thanks.
For those of you interested in following the movie, our film website is comeoutwhereveryouarefilm.com. There's a great behind the scenes video there that I'd suggest you watching to give you an idea of
Mhm.
all the people that were involved in making the film. And you can keep track of upcoming screenings and everything else. And then if you're interested in learning more about my books, danburnsauthor.com is the website, and Dan Burns Author is the tag on also social media platforms.
Love it. And give a quick shout out here. My cousin Shondalin's watching on Facebook. Hey, Sean. She says, love the interview. Thank you for that, Sean. Nicole
Hi.
says, I love how he gives credit to his team. It shows his heart. Well, I totally agree with you on that, Nicole, as well. Dan, again, thank you again for your support. Thank you again for stopping by, being our last interview guest of the year, and looking forward to our next chat together.
Thank you. Have a great 2026.
Thanks, you as well, man. And we thank your audience for tuning in. It's another great segment of Cyrus Webb Presents. And Jason, hello to you over there. Congratulations on your new film. Just made it to Amazon as well as Tubi as well. Glad to be able to see you over there, Jason. Until next time, you all have a great one. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.